I have one word for you. Supermarkets. Or was that 2 words? No, that's one. Mom! Is supermarkets 2 words or 1 word? One. It's 1 word. 1 word for you. Supermarket. Yeah. Alright. The thing that really pisses me off about supermarkets is I live in Florida, so we go to Publix. I don't know what you people go to. You could go to, like, Lionsgate. I don't know what they're called, you know. I've only been to, like, half the states, but we never go to, like, supermarkets. We only, like, we just camp and stuff. Anyway, so, you know, I go to Publix, and, you know, supermarkets don't really have that wide of an aisle, so, I mean, you can only fit, like, a cart going that way and a cart going this way. And the carts are pretty freaking fat, too. So, I mean, I guess they are kind of wide aisles, but, you know, with some extent, they're not the widest things out there. So, imagine this. You walk into the supermarket, the only thing you want to buy is, like, a can of peas. That's the only reason you came to the supermarket for. You see something else, you're like, oh, I want to get that. You get a little basket. You take a little basket over what you wanted to get, put it in there, and you're like, okay, I need to get the peas. Remember to get the peas. You go to get the peas. You're going down this aisle. You're like, oh my God, I haven't had that in forever. You go down that aisle, you grab that thing, put it in your basket. Pretty soon, at the end of 5 minutes, you already have like 10 things in your basket. So you're like, I need a freaking cart because this is getting heavy. So then you start realizing what are you going to have for dinner, or what are you going to make, or what do you not have that people want. So you call home and you're like, hey, what do we have that we need more of, or what do we not have that you want? So now you've turned this trip to get one thing into like a mountain load of crap in this cart. It's another thing too about carts. You know, you're just chilling out, pushing your cart down the aisle, and a freaking old person is like walking at 2 miles an hour. It's like, and the cart's going this way, and they're stopped. They're like looking at the cans of peas that you wanted to get. So they're stopped. So you have a cart going this way, and you have a cart going that way, and you want to go that way, but there's an old person in front of you, and they're like, they don't move. They just stand there. It's like, move! They friggin' drive like maniacs on the road. But no, in supermarkets, they have to walk. Like, slower than a friggin' snail. I remember I had to go around, like, I was with my mom one time, and we had to go, like, to this other aisle to get to the can of peas that we originally wanted to get to. And we made like 10 stops on the way to like go pick up stuff that we thought was cool, like a pack of Oreos or some cereal or milk or whatever. So we finally get to the peas. She's still in the same friggin' spot. It's like, dude, move! You're not gonna stand there all day. I mean, it took us like at least 20 minutes to get everything else. I mean, she was standing there for 20 minutes, like just slowly, kind of not even moving, just ever so slightly. It's another thing, too, about supermarkets, just irk me to no end. You're in an aisle, right? And there's a cart there. And you're like, it's a cart full of food, like random food, and you see nobody else watching this cart. And you're like, and it's in your way, and you don't want to touch it because you're afraid that it's like some old person who's the ownership of the cart, you know, is going to come around the corner and be like, why are you touching my crap? And start beating you with their purse. And so you have the choice to move it and get beat, or, you know, ram it with your cart, you know, and get the heck out of there, or go around to the other aisle and, you know, take the 15 minutes to get there. You see other stuff, you're like, okay. So the other day, my mom and I were in the store, right? And there's this cart in our way, and my mom's like, move it. And I'm like, I don't want to get in trouble. And this chick who we thought was the owner of the cart was like at the end of the aisle. No, the owner of the cart was 2 aisles over. We figured that out because I went to go move the cart, and my mom and I were debating about this for like 10 minutes. We're just standing there like yelling at each other in the middle of the supermarket. You move it, no, just go around, you know. So I finally start to move it, right, and her purse is like in the cart. Like, why would you leave your purse in the cart? Anyway, so I'm moving the cart, right? And my mom starts moving that way, and I'm still moving the cart, just making sure it's out of the way so other people don't get yelled at and see me moving and think it's my cart. So I, like, move it out of the way completely. Freaking chick turns the corner, right? And she goes, what are you doing? Why are you touching my cart? And I'm like, I'm just trying to move it. I just wanted to get through. And she's like, She like, I don't have a cart on me. My mom, like, took the cart and, like, probably, like, laughing at me in the other aisle over because she, like, went straight down the aisle. So I'm getting yelled at by this woman who thinks I'm, like, trying to jack her purse. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to do anything to you, lady. So, yeah, I mean, there's that. And it's just so annoying, you know? It's like, dude, just have the common decency to at least move your cart to one frickin' side, you know? It's like cars have the common decency. When they know they're running out of gas, they go, instead of just, you know, going in the lane, they don't slow down. They have the common decency to turn off the road before they, you know, before they just, like, completely run out of gas. They're, like, not even running on fumes anymore. You think it'd be the same thing with carts. Carts are a lot easier to drive than cars. You don't have to do anything with your feet. Unless walk. It's the only thing you have to do with your feet. You have to walk. Then the other thing, too. You buy a cup coaster. You buy a coaster. You put it in your little basket. It's in your basket. You walk to the front, you know, or you check everything out. You put it on the conveyor belt. It's on the conveyor belt. You know, the guy scans it. He gives it to another guy. The other guy puts it in a bag. The guy puts that bag in your cart with the coaster in it. And you take the bag up out of the cart and put it in the car. You drive, you know, the 10 minutes it takes to get home. You take the bag out of the cart and you put it on the counter. How many pairs of hands have touched that thing before you finally get to eat it? I mean, you're not going to eat a coaster, but if you were buying, like, carrots or something, like those really long, like, they sell, like, one carrot, like on, like, the length, like, a really long carrot, like, where I live, they sell them, like, separately. I mean, you can buy, like, whole bag, but if you only want, like, two, they sell them separately. Yeah, you can put it in the little bag, but you had to touch it, and now you put 2 carrots in a little bag, right? So, you know, you with your coaster and your carrots, you're, like, walking to the front, and then you put the coaster and the carrots on the conveyor belt, and the guy has to open the bag and, you know, like, scoot the bag down and see how many carrots are in there. He brushes the carrots, you know, with his fingers, because they all do. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There could be a hole in the bag, whatever. He's touched money. He's touched, you know, like, his dirty, nasty cell phone. He could have picked his freaking nose. You have no idea what's going on in that carrot. Now I know why they tell you to wash your food, you know, like, vegetable-wise, when you get home, because it's freaking disgusting. Because it's like, it's been in, like, 10 pairs of hands. You don't know who's picked it up before you and examined it. Like, I don't like this carrot. I'm going to touch it all I want and put it back. You don't know who's touched it before you. So you're just taking it home and you're like, carrot, I'm going to eat it now. And you start eating it and you're like, wait. 20 people could have touched this before me. So the carrot gets transferred from the dirt. And the farmer with the nasty gloves is, like, rubbing all the dirt off. And so there's one pair of hands. So that's 2 hands so far. And then they pack it. And then, assuming that the farmer doesn't let anybody else touch it, so that's 1 pair of hands. So that's 2 hands. So then they put it in a box. And it's in a dirty, disgusting box. We'll count that as 2 pairs of hands. So you now have 6 pairs of hands that have at least touched that carrot. So that carrot's getting shipped to the little supermarket. And then the people who are unloading the carrots, you don't know what they've been touching. That's another pair of hands. That's 8 pair of hands touching your carrot. You don't know how many people in front of you have touched that carrot. We'll just assume 20. 20 times 2, for those of you who can't do the math, is 40. Yeah, 40. So you now have had 48 people touch that carrot. That 1 carrot, including you. So that's 42. Ew, that is disgusting. It's, like, beyond disgusting. Not even kidding. Alright, yeah, so that's what kind of irks me about supermarkets. And this video has been 9 minutes, and I don't want to bore you guys, but, yeah, so that's what irks me most about supermarkets and their supermarketness, and, yeah. So, old people who don't move, carts that are in the way, how many people have touched your freaking carrot before you eat it? I forgot what I was talking about in the beginning. I have no idea. So, I hope this video is better than my other one because I really wanted it to be better. And this has, like, been really a long video. So, I'm going to log off now. Toodles. Don't forget to subscribe because you should. Because you know you want to. So, do it. Because you know you will. Subscribe now.